Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to LEGO The Hobbit. Let us continue. It's The Hobbit.
As the stone giants thundered in the distance, the company, almost a few dwarves short, gathered their bearings and desperately sought a cave in which they could take shelter from the storm.
So where are we on the map now? Well, we're quite a distance. I mean, from this section to this section, which is where I think we're going, I don't think we get sidetracked and go down this way or go down this way. Maybe we do. But if it is from this point to this point, I kind of have to wonder. But maybe not. Maybe we haven't even seen a cutscene. I mean, a credits roll yet, and we saw 3 in LEGO Lord of the Rings. So I guess it's possible that we'll get here, we'll get the credits roll, and then there'll be even more to do. I suppose that is possible. Yeah. Still trying to get collectibles. We're almost up to 500,000. Let's see. We gotta build a ladder again. I only needed 1 apparently, so here we are on the side of the stone giant. Wow, this is quite a sharp angle to be wandering around on. Need to team up over here. Where are you going? Team up with me. You two, team up. Smash. So we smashed the hand, which allows us to come into a cave.
Drenched and exhausted, the company stumbled across the entrance to a large, empty cave.
Boy, that was nothing.
Luck had granted them an ideal place to wait out the storm. However, all was not as it seemed.
Look at the Lego arrows flying all over.
Looks safe enough. Search to the back. Caves in the mountain are seldom unoccupied.
We were to wait in the mountains until Gandalf joined us.
Plans change. Bofa, take the first watch. What's that?
Does Sting glow in the presence of demonic power or something? Or orcs, maybe? Well, the orcs here don't seem to be afraid of it. Now, I have a slight feeling that at this level,
I'm warning you.
it looks like an elf. So I think at this point the Hobbit is away from that group, and I'm not sure he ever gets back to them. That may just be it for the group. And for this to be a LEGO game, of course, we need 2 characters for co-op, and I wish they'd get away from that. But so their solution here is to have us play with a very confused orc that thinks that he's an orc leader. I doubt this really happened in the story. Getting quite a lot of gems. Maybe 1/10 of the way through the level right now, though. I think I probably should just take an opportunity to relax and not try and hit as many things. The orcs started attacking me for some reason. Like, so I have to like continuously hit them in the head. Interesting. Come on, you gonna let me build something or not? I've noticed in several places the game has had some just slight problems with its own engine. Holding B doesn't build when it should. Jumping or walking in places seems to not work. Let's see what this says here. Goblins can use their sharp claws to climb the LEGO Goblin walls. Oh, well these were Golem walls before, but we have yet to see Golem, so maybe we don't see Golem in the story if that's the case. I don't think I can get that jewelry stuff. Like, he doesn't have another weapon. I think I might be getting close to having a decent collection of everything as far as tradable items. Plus, we've not seen an extensive demand for it. Maybe we may see one in this level, we saw one in the last level, but it seemed like for a while there, they were really asking for me to have multiple, like 3 or 4 of them. Let's see. So I grab this head, and then throw it this way. There we go. And then I grab this head, and I throw it this way, and it does nothing. So I grab it again, throw it that way. I think I finally have enough. Yep, this looks like a LEGO building section. This is really a great concept. You get the workbench. I think part of the problem here, and why it never got used again, or at least I've yet to see it used again, is just, oh, I don't have enough. You know, I was about to say I had I had enough to do everything that needed to be done, and I don't. Let's see, so he can't even get up here unless there's something that can be built to allow him to cross. Alright, there. This must give us something. Because neither one of these guys have a hammer. I mean, it would make no sense. It would literally make no sense at all if it was impossible. Yeah, it is here, actually. Yeah, so if you didn't see that one box in the shadows, and we can't do co-op attacks either. These collectibles, they must have known at a certain point through testing. They must have done some testing and said, people are playing this game and they are running short on these collectibles. They should be, there should be more places to get these things before we reach this spot. But maybe they didn't do enough game testing at all. That could be it. Let's see. I really like this though. I really like seeing a small amount of Lego pieces where, like, if I couldn't figure out how to make a catapult with Legos, now I know. Like, I literally just saw the solution on how to build that, and it wouldn't be maybe 100 Lego pieces. And that's something we have never gotten before in the Lego game, is actual learning how to actually build Legos. I know Lego Dimensions did some of this. Here's Gollum. Gollum looks like Gollum. I have no idea if Gollum, what he is, if he's a unique creature.
My name is Bilbo Baggins. I'm a hobbit from the Shire, and I want to get unlost as soon as possible.
Oh, we know safe paths for hobbitses.
So, why don't we have a game of riddles?
Yes. And if it loses, what then? If it loses, precious, then we eat it.
Fair enough.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and yet never grows.
Oh, so I have to find objects to solve this riddle. That's cool. I'm trying to think, what has roots as deep up and it goes? I'm thinking like a family chart, a family tree. Up and it goes, yet it never grows. Why he chose a game of riddles? Why didn't he just answer us? Yeah, as soon as I figure out the answer. I'm usually pretty good at riddles too. I'm sure everybody who's read the book.
The mountain.
The mountain.
Voiceless, it cries. Wingless, flutters. Toothless, bites. Mouthless, mutters.
Yeah, I don't follow that logic. Why does a mountain have roots? Up it goes. Okay, a mountain does go up. And it never grows? Well, mountains do grow. If they're volcanic mountains, at least. I think the wind is the next one. Let's see. Is the next solution.
It's wind. Of course it is.
And he just breaks it.
the flowers. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers. Gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal.
Time? This is a good way to turn dialogue into action, making me build the solutions to a riddle. I assume in the actual story of The Hobbit, this would have just been the two characters talking. Oh, it's another one of these. Too early. Far too early to have another one of these. Do I have enough of everything? I hope I do. Oh, good. I do have enough. That's nice to know. Wow. See, it looks a little diagonal, too. Yeah, it looks a little crooked. I just sat up straight in my chair to make sure I wasn't just leaning too much, but no, the interface is crooked for some reason on this. Yeah, it's time. We can see an hourglass, a Lego hourglass design. It's a cool design. I want to make one of those eventually. It's kind of hard to get individual Lego pieces without just buying a set of a bunch of them, and then still probably not having the ones you would want.
The answer is time.
You can certainly order them individually, but it's kind of expensive. And the One Ring falls off of him, and he picks it up.
Come in. I won the game. You promised to show me the way out.
Where is it? Where is it? Stole it. He stole it.
So I guess he's being true to the Master Thief thought, stealing the ring. I mean, if he had just not stolen this ring, or left the ring where he found it, I think he found it more than he stole it. If he had just left it, so much trouble would have been avoided.
Spies, thieves, assassins.
Great goblin.
Dwarves, your malevolence.
Dwarves?
We found them on the front porch.
I know that sword! It is the Goblin Cleaver! Slash them! Beat them! Kill them all!
Goblin Cleaver, okay. Now these are goblins, not orcs? Are orcs a style of goblin, or... He's just sitting here singing the whole time. And you can see the subtitle is going to be up the whole time, and they know it, so they've decided to fade out the background, which I think it was a mistake to have the background like it was anyways. So this was probably like an entire paragraph in The Hobbit singing this song. It's a good example of where like some of the world building and stories don't translate well to other formats. I mean, when I think about a story I'm much more familiar with, Dinotopia, that whole significant portion of that book is just world building and explaining languages and how things work, and like I think the Tolkien books are too. Now we switch to him and press B. The singing didn't stop. Should have cut off, or it should have waited. But yeah, in the same fashion, that kind of world building cannot be done just by telling. You have to show, don't tell. So I don't feel like I'm actually in a fight, but maybe I am. What character am I playing as? Somebody team up and hit him. So I need to hit. He's gonna throw this at me. I need somebody with a bow. Do you have the bow? Come on. Really? I think I have to hit him and then switch to the bow. Come on, hit it. There we go. Partner up. Slightly complicated there. Gonna pick up that box and throw it. I like how the... Oh, I need a different character now. Let's see. Who's the character with the chain? And it's kind of difficult to keep this straight. There's too many characters. There's just too many characters in this group. If it was 4, I could probably figure it out. Compared to LEGO Lord of the Rings, it was like Sam did almost all the work and had all the abilities. Frodo, I mean, yeah, Bilbo Baggins, or no, it was Frodo, really had no idea, had no skills at all, except for holding the ring. That was his one ability. So this time it's gonna be magic. I can figure that was gonna be the case. They want us to use each character as a... This is almost like a refresher course. Remember, all these characters had these abilities? We had to use them at least twice in the game. Here we go. Come on. Let's do this. Ah, he says run instead of fly, you fools. Couldn't use it again. And are we playing or are we racing? This feels like we're racing, but we're not in one of those running sequences. We need a hammer. Who's got a hammer? This guy's got a hammer. If he would just stop dying. Up we go. Oops. Over the bridge. The magical section we need his to help with. And then 2 dwarves need to pick this thing up. We're gonna use a battering ram apparently against this group. Is this a hold B? There we go. Just batter ram it. And then they throw it. Really? I think it would have been a lot more enjoyable to run with that battering ram for a lot longer. Give me 2 minutes or so of just running down a path battering ramming a ton of those guys. That would have been really nice. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets back with the dwarves. Because this is like the one section of the story I kinda do know of The Hobbit, is where he finds the ring. And if there's any more to it than that, I gotta play as this guy. Come on, hit him. Wow, that was an unnecessary finishing effect. So we wanted green and blue. Green, red, and blue, if that's to be believed. Yeah. It just took a while to decide that that was right. Wow, I was sitting there looking at it going, isn't that right? It seems like the code. Man, just knock me away. They recently released a new game, a remake of an old game actually, called Dead Island Definitive Edition, which is kind of a combination of 2 games actually. But it has this one punch mode, which you hit the zombies and then they, with one punch, and they will just fly amazingly across the screen, like out into the atmosphere. And it kind of feels like that right now. I'm hitting these goblins and they're hitting me, and I'm just, characters are flying far off the screen. We have no footing, it seems like. And if that was an extra, that would be like no problem, but we haven't unlocked any extras at all. In fact, we have, wow, that is a kind of large amount of red bricks for this game. That's the first time I've even looked at the extras. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it if this was... Who am I supposed to play as? Apparently nobody. I just needed to hit that one thing that was there. That sure didn't stand out as something important. What are we supposed to do? Oh, we're supposed to carry this ladder and then run this way, put it up, climb up it, swing over, and then we've got a bridge. Smash this wall. Are we near the end? if I was to believe the master burglar meter, we're halfway through. I don't believe that though. I suspect we're closer to the end than you would guess. This is cool. I need the archer though. Oops. This is quite a lot of level considering we've been through one level that was really short already. But I can almost forgive a lack of balance in the lengths of level. It's bad game design, but it takes a very creative person to squeeze gameplay into a section. Particularly here, because this is all just about changing scenery. Like every single level is just a different area. So if there was a paragraph in the Hobbit book that said, well, we walked from this place to this place and we had a bunch of conversations and that was it, you have to get pretty creative to make a Lego level out of that, or any level of any video game out of that. That's quite a lot. See, there's different groups here, so I just like walked down the path as one group of characters, and now we're shown a different group of characters. Again, one punch mode just knocked right back. This guy. This guy. This guy. And we gotta come over here and I assume help these other guys up. They're fighting me. There we go. There's like a collectible here, but I don't know. It's all in ghost form. So there must be some kind of wraith creature or something that we can get as a playable character. Look at that chair. Run around and get all these things while we can to make sure we have enough to build here. Is this 4 now? Like, yeah, this is number 4, I think, of these we've done. Maybe 3, maybe I'm off, but... And that's an imbalance that's too much. It just seems too strange. Oh, so if you don't make an error, timer doesn't go down for a while. So if you do it right, like 100% of the time, I think you probably, if you can do it fast and do it with 100% accuracy, you can probably get 20,000 studs from this. It's not really a big deal though to go from 10,000 to 20,000. It's an insignificant number once you start getting the score multipliers in. Although if those give you score multipliers, doing one of those with like a multiplier of thousands and thousands of studs, all of them turned on, that would be a decent haul, assuming the multipliers work. It may very well not work. This game has the score 10 billion studs achievement too, which I kind of feel like 10 billion's a little too high, but we did it before, we'll do it again. So we need to go with the hammer now. See, that's cool. I would have liked to see that go a little bit longer. Again. Here's a collectible we'll need the Goblin for, I guess. Or Gollum. We did see Gollum, so we now know he's in the story at least for that one scene.
What are you going to do now, wizard?
But we started fighting this guy. We've gone full circle. We have another thing over here for elves. This isn't an item that can be magically controlled. Doesn't look like we can run. Here we go. Team up, attack, attack. So we just had to wait for him to exhaust himself, I guess. Man, this is ridiculous. Somebody just programmed that wrong. You shouldn't get hit and be knocked all the way across the field. I wonder if what they did is because all these characters are mostly dwarves, if they lowered their weight in the engine of the game and didn't like think it all the way through. I've never seen in another LEGO game you just get knocked back this far. Maybe we need to walk around this guy and see if he wears himself out. It's just bouncing off his stomach. Yeah, it is just wait for him to exhaust himself. No action I'm taking seems to connect at all. Notice they're not showing a life bar on this guy either. We've seen in LEGO games they've given bosses life bars by giving them lots and lots of hearts. We've seen them give them actual bars where you have to drain the bar by doing a massive amount of damage, usually with some kind of laser or gun thing that would drain it instead of doing a single hit that would count. But this time they're not doing either. He's just glowing red now that we're, I assume, close to beating him. Man, you cannot avoid this guy. And it seems a little strange we're getting collectibles in the middle of this. Get him. Hopefully for the last time. Both David and Goliath action there. Wow, I am surprised. We're going 40 minutes here, and am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to jump? There's probably a collectible for hitting that dryer. Am I supposed to knock all the goblins off? I don't think I am. I think I'm just trying to hover around each section that may get destroyed. Yeah. There's literally no goal to that. It just hang on, don't die.
You've got to be joking! Gandalf! Only one thing will save us. Daylight! Fire! Here, on your feet!
So at 42 minutes to get through that level, that was quite a long level. Not surprising, since that's probably the most important part of the story in The Hobbit, if kind of the only important part of the story. We still got a lot of characters to unlock, but I bet at least a row or two of those are going to be done in the free play. Because, again, like I've said, when I think of the Lord of the Rings and Middle-earth and all that, all I think about is Sauron and the Ring. So, the Hobbit story to me particularly is kind of just an unnecessary prequel. I know it was written before, and that's kind of, I assume, why the Lord of the Rings book series is, which I don't even think it was a book series, I think it was one book. But it makes sense why the Lord of the Rings story is totally focused on the ring and all of that. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. Hope that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.